In the vastness of space, beneath the ocean of stars, an unprecedented gathering took place. Various species, known for their wisdom and benevolence, converged on a hidden nebula. Each came from different corners of the galaxy, driven by a shared urgency. Their forms varied wildly, from the ethereal luminosity of the Etherians to the rugged stone-like appearance of the Gaians. This assembly was not for celebration, but for a grave discussion. The council was formed in secrecy, away from prying eyes and listening devices of the malicious entities that lurked in the darker parts of the universe. The air, or whatever medium they breathed, was thick with tension, each member acutely aware of the weight of the situation. Their communication transcended language, manifesting as a symphony of mental and emotional exchanges. It was a meeting of the minds in the most literal sense, with thoughts and fears shared openly among them. The council was not just about mutual understanding, but about forging a plan that could potentially save countless lives. The meeting was called to order under a starlit sky, a reminder of the serene beauty of the universe that was now under threat. As each representative took their turn to speak, the reality of their dire situation became increasingly clear. They were there not just to share information, but to change the fate of worlds.
The Council's primary concern was the impending threat from a coalition of malevolent extraterrestrial forces known as the Marauders. These beings thrived on chaos and destruction, leaving a trail of desolation wherever they went. Their approach was stealthy, their attacks catastrophic. The Council had intercepted transmissions hinting at a massive invasion aimed at Earth, a relatively defenseless and unprepared planet. The Marauders were a nightmare incarnate. They did not conquer, they obliterated. Worlds that had once teemed with life were reduced to cosmic dust in their wake. Their technology was not just advanced, but was perversely tailored to inflict maximum suffering and annihilation. Their ships, vast and ominous, were capable of darkening skies and extinguishing the light of entire stars. The type of apocalypse predicted was stark and terrifying. The Marauders' arrival would herald an age of darkness for Earth, with humanity caught utterly off guard. The Council described scenes from other invaded worlds, cities crumbling, atmospheres vaporizing, and civilizations falling within days. The Earth, with its rich biodiversity and vibrant cultures, would suffer unimaginably. The horrors that awaited were not just physical, but psychological. The Marauders had ways to instill fear and despair, breaking the will of any resistance before physical conquest even began. This was a war that would be fought on multiple fronts, and the Council was determined to prepare humanity for every aspect of it.
To understand fully the gravity of the threat, the Council shared detailed accounts of the Marauders' past atrocities. These were not mere stories. They were recorded memories, experiences pulled from the ruins of devastated planets. The Emissaries of Doom, as the Marauders were aptly named, had a particular method of instilling terror. They would first disable any form of communication, isolating their target from potential help. This isolation was a psychological tactic, one that played on the basic fears of being alone and defenseless. The silence that followed their initial strike was described as deafening, a calm before the storm of their full onslaught. When they attacked, it was with a ferocity that seemed to defy reason. They were not just conquerors, but annihilators, intent on leaving nothing but void in their wake. The Council had managed to secure visual data from a scout mission that had horrifyingly captured the last moments of a planet known as Viridian 3. The images showed skies ignited with the fire of assault, landscapes shattered, and oceans boiling under the relentless barrage of the Marauders' weaponry. This was the fate they feared Earth would suffer if left unprotected. Despite the bleak outlook, there was a glimmer of strategic hope discussed at the Council. They had identified potential weaknesses in the Marauders' approach, particularly their over-reliance on surprise and psychological warfare. By forewarning Earth, they hoped to mitigate these advantages, giving humanity a fighting chance to prepare, and perhaps survive the initial stages of the invasion.
The Council did not meet just to share dire warnings. They also devised a plan to aid Earth. This plan was a blend of technology transfer, strategic alliances, and shared intelligence. The benevolent aliens proposed to provide Earth with advanced defensive technologies that could shield key locations from the Marauders' first strike. These included energy shields that could deflect conventional weaponry and cloaking devices to hide vital infrastructures from enemy scanners. Moreover, the Council suggested forming a coalition of military and scientific leaders from across Earth, facilitated by the aliens. This coalition would be responsible for integrating alien technologies with human strategies, ensuring a unified defense front. Training programs would be conducted discreetly, preparing Earth's forces for the unconventional warfare tactics used by the Marauders. The Council also planned to establish a series of orbital and ground-based early warning systems. These systems would detect any approach of the Marauders' ships, giving Earth precious time to activate defenses and mobilize countermeasures. The logistics of these installations were complex, requiring cooperation between nations that had historically been rivals. Lastly, the Council discussed the psychological preparation of Earth's population. They recommended a careful but clear dissemination of information about the potential threat. This was a delicate balance, instilling a sense of urgency without causing widespread panic. The message had to be one of resilience and readiness, a call to arms for every human to stand united against a common foe.
As the Council's plans were laid out, the role of humanity in this cosmic drama became evident. Earth was not just a battleground, it was a potential beacon of hope for other vulnerable worlds. The human spirit, with its resilience and creativity, was seen as a vital asset in the upcoming struggle. Humans would not only defend their home, but would also become part of a larger fight for the freedom of the galaxy. The Council emphasized the need for global unity, a concept often idealized but rarely achieved on Earth. The threat of the Marauders could serve as a catalyst for a new era of cooperation and, perhaps, a more unified planet. Every human, regardless of nationality, creed, or class, had a stake in this battle. It was a time for heroes to emerge from the most unlikely places. Technological adaptation would be another crucial aspect. Humanity had to rapidly assimilate alien technologies into their societies and militaries. This process would be fraught with challenges, from technical hurdles to cultural resistance. However, the alternative, standing unprepared for the Marauders' arrival, was unthinkable. The Council was ready to assist, but it was ultimately up to humans to wield these new tools effectively. In addition to physical and technological preparations, there was a significant psychological component. The populace needed to be mentally prepared for the possibilities of alien contact and warfare. Educational programs and media campaigns were suggested to gradually acclimatize the global population to these realities. It was essential for people to overcome their initial fears and misconceptions about aliens to foster a robust alliance. The potential for a new dawn was real, but so was the risk of dusk. The coming years would test the very fabric of human society. Would they rise to the challenge or crumble under the pressure?
As the Council's meeting concluded, reflections on the gravity and magnitude of the situation were inevitable. The stakes were higher than ever, the enemy formidable and ruthless. Yet, amidst these dark forecasts, there was a palpable thread of hope. The unity and determination demonstrated by the diverse members of the Council were inspiring. It was a testament to the power of collaboration in the face of overwhelming adversity. Hope, as discussed by the Council, was not just a feeling but a strategy. It was essential to maintain morale and motivation among Earth's defenders and the general populace. The good aliens knew that without hope the battle was lost before it even began. They pledged to stand with humanity, sharing their knowledge, technology, and even warriors to ensure that Earth had a fighting chance. Their reflection also extended to the broader implications of this cosmic encounter. This was not just a fight for survival, but an opportunity for transformation. If humanity could withstand this trial, the post-war world would be fundamentally different. Earth could emerge as a key player in a more interconnected and cooperative galaxy. Finally, the Council considered the legacy of this pivotal moment. What would future generations say about this time? Would they speak of a catastrophic end or a heroic beginning? The answers lay in the actions taken in the immediate future. As the Council disbanded, each member carried with them a resolve to do everything in their power to tilt the balance towards survival and rebirth. The essay concludes with a call to preparedness and hope. It beckons every reader to ponder their role in this grand narrative. The battle may be celestial in scale, but the victory would be secured by the hearts and minds of the humble inhabitants of Earth. As the dark clouds gather, let us find strength and unity and courage in the face of the unknown.